All right, welcome back to your Empowered Birth Academy, day 3. So today we're going to talk about how to get your partner on board, even if they're freaking terrified of something going wrong. So in this lesson, what you're going to learn is your partner's true role in your birth and during pregnancy, and how to prepare them without having them read a ton of books or watch classes online. And I'm also going to tell you why this doesn't work like you think it should and actually overwhelms your partner. And they're more likely to end up screwing up with your birth when it comes to if your care provider came into the room, for an example, and said, hold her legs, and your partner does it without question. So a lot of the childbirth classes that they teach all of those positions and breathing methods and having your partner just understand the labor stages actually gets in the way of your partner supporting you during a true natural birth. So I'm going to share that during this training. I'm also going to share the secret trick to having any conversation with your partner, even the uncomfortable ones, and getting what you want. But I'm going to warn you, don't use this for evil. Only use this if you're going to enroll them into a greater version of themselves, because this is highly manipulative. This is something that is going to get your way. And in the wrong hands, I mean, I'm trusting you here that in the wrong hands, this could be used for evil. Like, I can even use this tactic. This isn't just for partners either. This is to get anything you want out of life. Maybe ask for that promotion, maybe get somebody to do something for you. Maybe you want to get your child to do something. Like, I use this on my 10-year-old son to get him to cook dinner so I don't have to worry about it when I'm building these programs and when I'm editing some videos or doing something else. Sometimes if I need to get somebody to do something in my business for me, this is a way to do it. So if you have your own online business or you're running a brick and mortar business, this also can be used to get your team on board. So this secret trick is incredibly powerful. And I learned it from one of my mentors, Annie Lala, who is a relationship coach, and she talks about being the relationship leader. I talk about being the birth visionary, but they're basically the same thing. So I'm going to teach that tactic to you today. I'm also going to show you how I get my clients whose partners are afraid of home birth to agree to home birth, even unassisted birth. And that ties into the secret trick that I'm going to be teaching you. So here's another reason why natural birth is so hard to get. The true natural birth is that you're letting your partner's fear get in the way. This usually shows up in ways in which you're like, well, I want to have a home birth, but my partner's not comfortable, so I'm going to go and have my baby in the hospital because my partner's not on board. Or it's agreeing to hire a doctor instead of a midwife because, again, your partner's not comfortable. It's maybe wanting to make sure that your partner feels like you're being taken care of and they're worried about you having a natural birth. And if they had their way, I've heard this, some people have said this, if my partner had their way, I would have the epidural and I'd have a C-section and like everything would just be taken care of in the medical system, but that's not what I want. So if you're letting your partner's fear get in the way, this interferes with their role. Their actual role is to support you. And I talk about this in my book, Your Empowered Birth, under the whole chapter with the right support. You need to have pillar number 5 dialed in. So this lesson is basically pillar number 5, getting your partner to become that right support, that incubator, so that you have your fears, you can have them handled. But if you do have a moment where you're like, oh no, like I've had a scare, your partner is not reinforcing that fear, but instead being like, babe, I know that you're scared right now. And I know that they said that thing, but you know what they're doing. And I'm reminding you that you can do this and I believe in you, and they will keep you going.